In this video, we will show you how to digitize an elegant butterfly design. We will create a gradient step fill with curved directions. When stitched in a contrasting fabric color, it gives the design a fragile, ethereal look. Adding running stitches for the veins of the butterfly's wings will emphasize the structure, and freehand lines will provide the illusion of movement. Let's start by creating the shape of the wing. Draw an ellipse approximately 45 by 45 millimeters. In selection mode, right-click the ellipse to choose the Convert to Curves option to edit its nodes as a normal object. Start the node editor, select one of the side nodes, and right-click on it to convert the node to cusp. Press the right arrow key from the keyboard to move the cusp node to create a drop-like shape. Adjust the handles and nodes until the wing gets the form you want. From the Tools pane, disable Proportional and set width to 70 millimeters. Use the Digitize tool to draw a wavy line across the wing. Select the line along with the wing, then right-click and use the Knife tool to split the wing in two parts. In the upper row of the color bar, where the outline colors are displayed, click the empty slot above the white rectangle color already used for the fill to assign white to the outline. Select the larger wing section and click the bucket icon with the plus sign to add a new color. In the color selector that appears, move the small circle inside the color wheel to choose a lilac shade. Repeat the same process for the other wing section and select a mint color. Select the two wing sections and rotate them slightly. From the Tool Options pane, duplicate the wing and select Mirror Y to flip it along the Y-axis. To make it slightly smaller, enable Proportional and set Scale X to 80%. Move it downward to create the lower wing of the butterfly. Now, let's add the veins. Use the Digitize tool to draw the vein lines over the wing. Right-click once after each section and choose the option Finish Section to continue drawing the same object. Press the Shift key down to add cusp nodes if needed. After the final section, right-click to choose the option End Shape to complete the object. Now, repeat the process for the lower wing. Select the veins and click the white color icon in the upper part of the color bar to assign the same white color already used for the other outline parts. If needed, use the node editor to refine the vein shapes. To complete the other side of the butterfly, select and duplicate the wings. Use the Mirror X option and move the wings to the opposite side. Select all grouped objects, right-click, and choose Ungroup. Now, let's add the gradient effect to the step fill. Go to the Colors bar, right-click on the lilac fill color, and choose the option Select by Fill Color. Once all the lilac parts are selected, go to the Fill Properties and set the gradient to 250%. Now, set the density to 0.60 millimeters to increase the spacing between the stitch rows. Repeat the same process for the pale green parts, but set the density to 0.50 millimeters so that they appear a little denser. On the areas where the fabric shows through the stitch lines, the fragile butterfly wing seems to be playing with the light. Now, create the body of the butterfly. First, center the wings to the hoop. Use the Ellipse tool to draw a long oval for the butterfly's body. Set the x-axis to 0 millimeters so the body is centered between the wings. Change the fill to satin from the Fill Properties. Long satin bar stitches can become loose, cause thread trims, and slow down the machine speed. To avoid these issues and achieve optimal embroidery results, select white satin from the Stitches style list in the Fill Properties for the butterfly's body. Go to the Use Colors bar, press the X button on the upper row to remove the outline of the object, and select the color for the fill from the lower row. Now that the butterfly is complete, you can use the Stitch Flow tool to adjust the gradient direction and control how the stitches follow the shape. Add curve directions to each section individually and make the gradient denser, closer to the butterfly's body. You may experiment with direction and curve to create the effect that pleases you the most. If you need to reverse the direction of the gradient fill, just go to the Properties bar and turn the existing value for the gradient percentage into the same but negative value. Now, go to the Colors bar, right-click on the white outline color, and choose the option Select by Outline Color. To make the outlines appear bolder, set the passes to 3 from the Outline properties. Let's design the antennas. Select the freehand digitizer tool and draw 2 antennas. If you need to fix something, use the backspace button to remove the last nodes. Hold the Shift key while drawing to create smoother lines. Assign to the antennas the same color as that of the veins of the wings by clicking on the white color icon on the upper part of the Colors bar. You can further edit the lines using the node editor when you finish drawing. To add an illusion of movement, draw a few extra freehand lines at the bottom of the design. Select the antennas and the last lines. Go to Outline Properties and expand the Stitches list. In the search bar, type Bean and use the Bean Gap stitch. Draw a small ellipse, approximately 3 mm, to add a final decorative detail. Go to the Use Colors bar, press the X button on the upper row to remove the outline of the object. Select the antennas and choose the Duplicate option from the Tools pane. Select the ellipse and the duplicated line, right-click, and choose Create Outline Out of Shapes from the Array menu. Set spacing to 10 mm from the Outline properties. Repeat the same process for the other lines, but this time set the spacing to 15 mm. The design is now ready. Let's switch to manual mode to customize the embroidery sequence. First, group the objects by color. Click and drag the gradient fills to the beginning of the design. Likewise, click and drag the butterfly outlines to move them after the gradient layers. Now, switch the sequence to separate items to refine the order of the same color objects. Click to select only the body of the butterfly, scroll through the Sequence Manager, right-click on the first dotted line, and select the option Move Before. Select the antennas and the freehand lines, pressing the Control key down. Scroll through the Sequence Manager list, right-click on the butterfly's body, and select the option Move After. As the veins of the wings appear in row in the sequence, click on the first and the last vein, pressing the Shift key down to select them all. Go to the last gradient fill object, right-click, and choose the option Move After. One last detail. Move each freehand line before the corresponding dotted line to ensure they align perfectly during the embroidery. Now that the design is ready, let's send it to the machine and begin the embroidery process. For this project, you will need a hoop, a piece of fabric, stabilizer, and assorted threads. We will embroider the design on a piece of felt fabric using a tearaway stabilizer. Hoop the fabric together with the appropriate stabilizer according to your project's needs. Move to the embroidery part and change threads according to your design. First, come the gradient fill parts of the wings. Next are the veins of the butterfly's wings, followed by the wings outlines. The oval satin fill for the butterfly's body is stitched next. And finally, the freehand lines and the dotted decorative lines on top. That's it, a delicate butterfly embroidered on felt that you can display as is, gift, or use as an embellishment to decorate your projects. Leave your feedback in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for more creative embroidery tutorials.